everybody. Welcome back. I am Suzanne Lyons, and thank you once again for joining me. This time it's tip number 4 on our 10-tip series on completing the year, wrapping up 2011. It's so important before we jump into 2012 and create our best year ever, which is what we're going to be doing with the next 10 tip series. But this time it's about, let's get complete first. Let's clean everything up in every way, shape, and form. Okay, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Clean it all up, and then we can move on. But for now, where we are with number 4, first of all, remember we took stock of the year. Then we kind of looked and saw where we were out integrity and where we needed to clean up our communication and so on. And then last time, what I asked you on Tuesday was to make a list, to go back and look at your to-do list in a sense of what are all the things that you hadn't finished, the things that were complete. You said you were going to do the screenplay and that's not done or whatever. So now, just like what we did last week with communication, where I asked you to kind of, okay, what actions would you take? You don't have to take an action, but what would you take? I'm going to have you do the same thing now with that list that you made for me this Tuesday, just a couple of days ago when you started creating the list of what was incomplete and not finished. So what was not complete and what was not finished, but more from the to-do list, okay? Not the communication type stuff, not that. It was more like in my case, remember I mentioned I hadn't finished making the doll. My husband and I are doing this plush toy where we got two of the 3 things done, where we did the trademark and where we did the logo, but we didn't get the actual physical doll made. So that is something that I wrote on my list. Now, what today is about is what actions would you take? Just like you did last week with the other stuff, what actions would you take? You don't have to take them, but I want you to write beside that list, what would be the actions that you would take in order to have it be finished or complete? So in my case, it would probably be calling the designer, who I already have her number, and saying, would you start to work on that and then create the timeline to give her the couple of weeks to finish the doll or whatever. So it's, you don't, once again, you don't need to take the actions. But sometimes, just like with last week, sometimes just the act of writing down what that action would be has you feel complete. It kind of takes the weight off of your shoulders. So that's all I'm asking you to do. If you decide to do some of the actions, fine. But for now, all I'd like you to do is just kind of make that list of what are those actions that you would take and put that beside that list of all the things that are not complete for you on that to-do list, okay, from 2011. Hope that's simple and clear, okay, or at least clear. Maybe not simple, but a little bit clear. And that's it. I will see you next time, and I have a treat for you next time. I've got Maya Zimmerman is going to be joining me for tip number 5. She's been a friend of mine for years, and she's an independent producer and focuses mostly on international production. And she's an award-winning producer and really quite a magnificent person and truly follows all of this stuff. She's done the Launching the Future course a number of times, the one that's coming up on December 4th. She's done it a few times and truly puts it to use in her life, in her daily life, at the end of every year in terms of completion and then generating a new year. And she's been very, very, very successful. So she'll share a little bit about that success with you, and also she's going to be sharing her take on tip number 5 with you when we see you again on Tuesday. So in the meantime, there's your homework, there's your exercise. Have some fun over the weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday, and thanks again for joining me.